to Black Belt Mindset, and we're very fortunate to have Sham today. And he's got a really interesting business that I'd like him to share, and a bit of background on what he does and the impact he's having on the world. So, Sham, tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, so for everybody out there, I'm the world's only HMC certified halal pet food supplier, born and bred in Yorkshire. And it's been a difficult journey, past 2.5 years of non-stop rejection, abuse, betrayal, you name it, everything negative. But Alhamdulillah, with God's blessing, we're now launching globally all over the world in the next 40 days. And it's been a very difficult journey because no one does what I'm doing at the level what we're doing it at, and the quality and ethically product that we're going to be giving to the public. It's halal pet food. So in a nutshell, as you are aware, Muslims cannot buy or deal and trade in non-halal items, pork, alcohol, etc. It's in all the scriptures, it's everywhere. However, 99.9% of the pet food is haram. So I didn't know this. I was bringing pet food home for my cats, and the family said, Dad, you can't bring that in. It's got pork in it, which I didn't believe at the time.
Interesting, Sham. Just for the viewers, just tell us the difference between halal and haram.
Okay, that's fine. So as a Muslim, we have to consume halal, but a lot of people think it stops just in the consumption of halal. Really, the word halal means from the beginning right to the end of a process has to be fully halal. So really, we can't be going into a place and having food where they say, oh yeah, the chicken's halal, but they've got alcohol and they might be serving pork or duck, which is non-halal. It's cross-contamination. Same with where it's made, how it's ethically done, and due to the Islamic ways of slaughtering. So there's a lot of process in the halal regime from beginning to the end. So that's basically a very simple way of putting it, that all Muslims have to consume and try to do all the businesses in the halal way.
Thank you for explaining that. So this is quite unique. I mean, what led you to this?
It's very simple. It was like a light bulb coming home, seeing that there isn't nothing like this in the market. And there's one or two people who've tried something similar in cat food. One went bankrupt, and the other one is not doing so well. And it was the ingredients. I went to 82 companies in the UK, all rejected me. I was sat in one person's reception for 4 hours. The guy didn't come and see me. It was just non-stop rejection. And then AFA and DEFRA, which is the local government bodies, were just not giving me no information on how to do this and what to do.
Right.
And that took 1 year as well. And it just made me more intrigued. I'm the type of person, when I get rejection or something goes not right, it means there's something valuable at the end of that kind of rainbow. I started doing more homework and more homework, and then I found that there are some companies who can produce it, and then I had to travel to the other side of the world. And that's what I did. There's a little documentary about it on YouTube, on Islam channel. I took a cameraman with me, and it's been a very difficult journey. All I will say is that I still have to pinch myself that we are now launching in multiple countries around the world, and we're coming to the UK very, very soon now.
So that's a lot of challenges and hurdles to climb over the recent years. I mean, what's kept you going? Because having so many rejections and disappointments along the way.
My grandfather always told me that things that are valuable are not easy to find or not easy to achieve. And he always would give me this example of diamonds are not found hanging off trees, and gold is not found, lying on the floor, and oil is not found from the taps. He goes, you got to dig deep and you got to get your hands dirty and keep on going. And it was just that businessman instinct of mine that if nobody's doing it and all I'm doing is I'm getting rejected, and there's millions and millions of Muslims out there who are buying pork right now as we speak, who are bringing haram into their house, not knowing that they are doing a transact in haram. I've got to do this, even if it means I have to get the machinery myself from China and start making it myself, And then the rejection upon rejection upon rejection, it just drove me and drove me and drove me. Obviously, I have a financial investment in this where I'm fortunate. I'm a property developer where I was able to fund this from one job, put the money in there, put the one job. But there was points where there was dark days where I was thinking I've spent 6 figures and I've got nowhere. I'm actually nowhere. I've got a product sat ready to be sent to around the world. I don't know how to do the red tape. No one's assisting me. I ring the government, no one's helping. Most of the governments in other countries, they were corrupt. They didn't want to talk unless you pay them. What do I do? I'm alone. That happened non-stop every month, every week for 2 years. And I just kept going, kept going. And then I was fortunate with getting local MPs and people involved and legal team involved. I was able to get an answer where the countries where I was wanting to produce my goods didn't have a trade agreement with the government in the UK for halal pet food. And that was a very simple answer they could have given me 2 years ago. But obviously I was sent around the mills, as they call it.
Yeah.
And then I had to, maneuver and articulate another way. And alhamdulillah, with God's blessing and all the prayers of everybody and just the grit and determination of this Yorkshire lad here, I just didn't give
Brilliant.
up.
Brilliant. So the Yorkshire grit coming through there. So your experience from previous business, you mentioned property. How was sort of the skills you picked up from that helped you in this journey?
So I've been very fortunate to be doing some very high profile jobs. So I went into construction by error 20 years ago, and I've done very landmark developments around the UK and around the world. I've named streets after my children in the country. I've built the furthest mosque in the Outer Hebrides in the UK, where Donald Trump's mum lives. I've been doing developments of high-rise flats. So I've learned that dealing with people, everyone's different. Ultimately, it comes down to the money. However, every customer you deal with has some sort of story that you have to try to adapt with. So I always say to anybody, you got to be like a chameleon. You got to keep changing and evolving. You cannot be static. You cannot sit in one place. You got to keep driving forward. So remain positive. Every dark time means there's a good time coming. All of this mental thing that I've gone through. I mean, I've been through people still owe me money today. There's people owe me tens of thousands of pounds for many years and they just haven't paid me. It doesn't mean I start crying and do nothing about it. I use that negative energy to drive myself forward, to keep on developing, keep on becoming successful. Because you need fuel, just like a car needs fuel, just like a kid needs milk, just like everything needs some sort of fuel. Now the question is, to be successful, what is the fuel? Now I tell you what the fuel is. It's failure. I tell you what the fuel is. It's betrayal. It's abuse. It's everything negative you can imagine. You got to mix in that big conundrum, Andes we call it in our language, right? And then you keep mixing it, keep getting abused, rejected, put down, stunned on, sworn at, everything. That's the ingredients of success. Don't ever
That's
think it's the other thing where the rainbow is. That isn't success. Don't ever think it's the sunshine. That isn't success. Success is failure.
that's fantastic. I very much agree with you. We learn more from failure than we do from success. We learn more from tribulations and challenges and struggles than we do from success. So that's fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. Now, there's going to be quite a few people out there that don't really understand halal, in the sense that the what makes a meat halal, for example.
Okay, okay.
There's people concerned about the methods used to take the life of the animal.
I understand. So obviously, there's many methods out there in different cultures, religions, and countries. Islamic way is, very simply that it has to be there's a vein that gets cut, blood flows naturally, and it's done ethically. Now, scientifically, it's proven compared to stunning and all sorts of other methods out there. And historically, it's used. This method is very widely used in every country, in every kind of culture in the world. But like I said, the halal part isn't just that part. If I have a halal meat, but I'm processing it and I'm wiping it down with alcohol wipes, I'm doing other things that are not ethically correct for the religion, then it's not fully halal. That's why I'm the world's only HMC, Halal Monetary Committee body has certified my business to be full from start to the end, full halal process.
Interesting. So for those who are not familiar with HMC,
So HMC is a monitoring committee that basically inspects human consumption food outlets. So they want to make sure that the meat from the slaughterhouse all the way up until when it comes to the plate in the restaurants or takeaways, etc., or the butchers or wherever shop it is, there's a full trail of that whole meat process. It's tagged. They know where it's come from. They know where it's transported. It hasn't been mixed with any cross contamination. Even when it's washed or it's managed, the meat is done where there's no alcohol or ethanol used that can cross contaminate it. So these are very particular things that the HMC do. And I didn't know much about it before, but now it's opened my eyes. How important it is that when you go to a restaurant and they go, "Oh, is it halal?" And they go, "Yeah, chicken's halal," and you start eating it, but everything else is non-halal. I'm sorry, but that isn't a fully halal process.
Thank you for sharing that and explaining the process. Now, you've got mainly cat food. Is that we're starting with cat food? What about other?
Correct. So,
Okay.
the dry cat food is first. Then 6 months later, we've got wet cat food. Just to let you know, we're going to be doing one chicken breast, no fillers or any drama like that. We're going to be doing 100% tuna loin, not the brown stuff we see at other outlets or supermarkets. That's a cheap tuna. I'm talking the same color as your top, white tuna loin. Okay. After that, 6 months later, we're going to be doing the dog food. Same again, dry, then wet. And then we go into bird and fish.
That's a lot of new products coming along, which is great. And what are the challenges you're going to be facing now? Because you've got to this far.
The challenge is now is, I'll be straight with you, it's in my brain. It's called believing it's actually happening. You have to remember, if 2 years you're getting slapped, in 2 years you're getting abused, and 2 years you're getting rejected, and 2 years every single day, 2 years plus, all you're seeing is hurdles, 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 and then suddenly you see some light, you see something's actually happening. When I get told my shipment is about to get loaded, I'll look at my phone like this and think, is this real?
Mm.
You understand? When
Yeah.
I can't say too much, but I've got supermarkets who want my product. I look at the message and go, really? It's hard to believe. And I cannot wait to give the public in the United Kingdom and all over the world a choice. You have a choice now. Not just a good quality product, which is made with the finest ingredients. And I'm talking finest ingredients. I sat with nutritionists and vets to design this product. So the time that I got delayed was a blessing in disguise. So I was able to nurture and develop this product. It's one of the best in the world, Raj. I'm telling you now, it's one of the best. It's par and par with the top products, but at an affordable price. So yeah, we're getting there.
That's fascinating. So there's a lot of competitors out there which will be watching you.
There are no competitors. Which
Well,
competitors?
in the sense that people want to keep hold of their own market. And
Okay. So let me see. We got no problem. We can talk about competitors. Competition is healthy. We need competition. Your brain needs competition. You need competition. So I thrive off competition. I took all the competitors' products, lined them up, and said to the vet, the nutritionist, blast these. Make my product way better than these. I challenge all of you out there who may be listening to this, who maybe want to see this. Go to your supermarkets, pick up cat food, dry or wet, turn the ingredients round and read it. Whether it's fish, salmon, chicken, beef, whatever it may be, read the first line. So you're thinking you're buying salmon? No problem. You read the first line. See how many percentage of salmon's actually in there and see what else it's made up of. That's all I will say. Herrera is coming. We're not here to compete with others. However, we're in our own lane and we're going to focus on providing a good product. We don't need to start doing slandering of anybody else out there. What we will say is do your homework. If I'm saying to you, mine is chicken and it's 100% chicken, and I'm saying mine is tuna and it's 100% tuna, and you might be thinking, oh, it's the same as everybody else's, please check it, hold it. And that's something that now with education, it's important to do. Don't just take somebody's word for it. I challenge you. Pick the ingredients and take a look.
Brilliant. Oh, thanks for explaining that. So how do we get hold of this product?
So currently at the moment, our webpage is where you register. Obviously, I can't serve the whole world straight away. So you go to the website, register your name, address, and your cat and stuff or whatever it is. And then we have a pre-launch coming very soon, like literally very, very soon. And then it'll be the first amount of people to get selected to be subscribers for the product. You pick it, We deliver it to your door once every 2 weeks. You don't need to worry about it in this cost of living kind of crisis. Oh, I forgot cat food or dog food, and you have to go to XYZ. It'll be just delivered to your door, and that's it. Really, you have to just be online and register.
Excellent. And what's your website address?
It's hurayra.petfoods.com. So it's HURAYRA petfoods.com. Or you put halal pet food, halal Hurayra pet food will come up in Google. And please register. I can assure you, you will not be disappointed.
Fabulous. Well, really appreciate you taking time out from your busy business. We wish you all very success. And inshallah, it'll produce success for you and make a difference to pets out there. And thank you once again, and we'll share this on social media and YouTube and other outlets and platforms. Take care, Sham Rashid, to make a real difference for halal pet food.
Thank you, man.
Cats and dogs and other animals.
And humans. We're stopping people buying haram. Remember that?
Yes, absolutely.
We're stopping people buying haram. That's more blessing than everything else.
Yeah, may Allah bless you for what you're doing out there. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. All right.